We need to talk about Dave. You know, ain't nobody coming between me and my sister. That Dave. Because he is a problem. Hey guys, my name is V and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about Dave and Lauren from Love is Blind season 8 because this man is a whole lot of trouble for a whole lot of nada. Now, straight from the pods, we saw that David was just the worst. I mean, he came here to troll. He was on a mission that he was going to be the villain. And he achieved that tenfold. And the fact that he kept on bringing up his sister in every single conversation just solidified that this guy is a red walking red flag. He's not a red flag. He's a red walking red flag. And I don't know why Lauren dated him. I really don't know why she chose him. Now, from the pods, we saw that they built a connection. Let's be honest. When there is any sort of three-way threesome happening in the pods, it just magnifies those feelings. It really causes tension and false passion because there is no way in hell that this relationship would have happened if there was not that little extra tension coming from Molly, that extra push that Molly caused in this relationship. Because even Molly, towards the end, understood that Dave was just not it. He was manipulative. He was a liar. He was a gaslighter. He is just the worst. If Lauren actually was able to spend a bit more time with him away from that tension and that little, three-way situation, she would have understood that, hopefully. I'm being hopeful, of course. But we saw that right off the back, he came on very strong. I mean, that first comment really threw me off. I just did not like that guy, and I still do not like him. There is nobody that is going to get me to like this guy. He was going around asking women, like, what is wrong with you? Why are you still single? Like, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Like, you must really think that you are Brad Pitt or something, judging women like that. And I know that he has done interviews saying that it was banter. It was just like him being sarcastic. It's his type of humor. I'm sorry. Coming from someone like you, Dave, I don't believe it. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I don't believe it. It's not happening. You're not going to get me to believe that is true. Now, going back to the connection with Lauren and him, I feel like Lauren really wanted to be loved by him because I feel like he had put out a certain standard and she wanted to meet those standards. She wanted to be the one who was picked. And I'm sorry to say this, Lauren, but it did come across as a pick me situation because he definitely used that to his advantage. I don't think that this connection was strong. They had very little to talk about. It was very surface level conversations. There were parts in the conversation that were deep when they were talking about his mother, the relationship he had towards his mother, and, the fact that she died of cancer and his connection to that house, to his childhood house. We get to see a little bit more, of his deeper side. However, it didn't last long. Let's talk about the meeting when they actually saw each other for the first time. It was awkward. It was stale. It was weird. He did not like that woman from the get-go. He saw her and he was probably computing, analyzing, comparing, and most likely even comparing her to his sister. That sounds hella creepy, but don't you think? I don't know, Dave. It's giving like incest. I'm sorry, but it is. I mean, he was literally comparing her to everybody he probably has dated because we saw that within his eyes that he was analyzing her from top to bottom. And I don't think that he liked what he saw. In his mind, he has a perfect vision of what a woman that he wants to marry is going to look like. And I don't think that Lauren fits that bill. Let me just say this. Lauren is not ugly. Lauren is beautiful. And I think that he has very unrealistic ideas of what a woman should look like, period. When he saw Virginia, he was gobsmacked. He was like, whoa. And he even said, you look good. I was like, oh, okay, Dave, we see what your ideal woman is. You want them thin. You want them tiny. You want them like, the perfect features. Everything needs to be in alignment. He has a perfect idea of what a woman is. And if you don't meet that requirement, he's just not going to treat you well. He's an asshole. And I really felt like Lauren really sold herself short in this situation. She kept just staying there in that relationship, no matter how bad he treated her, no matter how bad that man said, or whatever he said to her, she would still stick it out. And she even said that this was the first relationship I really wanted to fight. And that is really sad to me. It's like, how is it that you cannot see? And I understand that when you're in this situation, sometimes you can't really see the bigger picture. But however, it really came across as Lauren had really very bad self-esteem in that scenario. I mean, when it came to meeting other women, he was talking bad about her in the meet and greets. He was like, she pees a lot. And I was just like, what is wrong with you? I mean, that guy literally relies on everybody's opinion but his own. I think that Dave lives his life for the people around him. I think that he relies way too much on other people's opinions, and especially when it comes to his sister. I think that all this mention or this obsession with his sister's opinion is completely BS, and that she probably doesn't even know about this at all. I believe that Dave is just making this up to have an excuse to exit stage left. I truly believe that he has no interest in pursuing a relationship, a connection with Lauren, because she just does not measure up. And as unfortunate and as disturbing as that sounds, I do believe that Dave definitely is the most insecure man that we've had on the show so far. Now, let's talk about Dave and his sister's relationship. This invisible sister that we hear so much about, and he just casually drops her in every conversation, but we never get to meet her. At least we haven't met her this far. She has so many opinions, according to Dave. It seems like she literally controls his life, what he eats, what he drinks, what he has for dinner, who he's friends with, who he can date and cannot date. It comes across as David has pretty much replaced his mother with his sister. And the sad thing about this whole situation is that he keeps using his sister to justify his bad behavior. And that is wrong. And that's where I have a problem. Dave does not like Lauren, and he's coming up with every excuse under the sun to justify it by using his sister. This sister of his is such a mystery. I would like to meet her. I want to know her opinions. I want to know if she really does disapprove of his decision to find a reality star, which is so weird to me because he is on a reality show himself. And the way he has been acting, I mean, he is the red flag. He is the problem, not the women on the show. So I don't know what she's going to use to justify that. Because have you met your brother? Because we have. And from what we saw, he is the example that we're going to be using to warn our kids or the women when we talk about reality stars, because that was not cute at all. Now, going back to the whole situation about Lauren and her, friends with benefits situation. Now, I believe that Lauren was being completely honest, that she did have a friends with benefits situation before she came on the show. Does that mean that she is not necessarily prepared for marriage? You can't determine it off of that, because there is no way that Dave and the men on this show were single and not dating before they came on the show. No way. Dave saying that he has been 4 years, I think he said he has been abstinent or celibate for 4 years. That is bullcrap, and we know it, you know it, Lauren knows it, and everybody in the world knows it. That man is a walking, talking snake. So the fact that he is judging Lauren for her past relationship is such a red flag. If Dave really had feelings for Lauren, if he really, truly liked her, he wouldn't have cared what her past was like, because everybody has a past before they come into a new relationship. So the fact that he was so heavily affected by his friend's opinion on his relationship, that is so disturbing to me. That is high school behavior. That is someone that is so insecure that he cannot make up his own mind. If he truly loved her, like he says he would or does, he would have been like, what happened in the past, that is between you and that guy, so long as he does not try and enter into our thing, I'm fine with that. If he has a problem, he can come and talk to me. You're my girl. I'm not going to accept anybody talking behind your back or talking bad about you. If he truly loved her, that is the attitude that he should have kept. He should have protected her. He never protected her. He was out there judging her, basically calling her a whore for having a friends with benefits situation with one guy. Like, that is so ridiculous to me, because you're not going to get me to believe someone like David is ready for marriage. Her past is her past. The fact that you are letting your friends talk bad about your potential wife, that means that you never cared about her. If a man truly loves you, they will never allow anybody to talk bad about you, because you are a reflection of him. And since David or Dave is so concerned about what everybody has to say about him, and him as if he's a big celebrity, as if everybody knows him, there's probably 5 people. And one thing that is like really concerning to me is that how did they find out? It is so weird to me how it went from point A to 100, like 0 to 100. Like, how did they find out? I understand that they had a conversation about who did you date, and Lauren did give his name to him. But the weird thing is, how did the friends find out? That is a really interesting question. Does that mean that he knew, or the friends knew, that Lauren was going on the show? Did the ex knew or find out that Lauren was going on the show? Is that how it started spreading? Because somebody knew information that they were not supposed to know. Somebody knew beforehand that this girl was going to be on the show. Or Dave might have let it slip and then it spread like wildfire. Because that's the only explanation that I have here. Because for it to get to that point where his friends are literally gossiping about this poor girl, talking behind her back, calling her all types of names, who knows what they were saying, is ridiculous. Did he once ever have her back? He was out here telling us that, oh yeah, I protected you. I said, that this is outside of your character. This is not, this is definitely not Lauren. She's a good girl or whatever. But I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. And according to Molly, when they had that little meetup with all the cast, she actually said that he was flirting with somebody. So this is very interesting how he's judging Lauren for being a whore in his eyes, while he's in a whole relationship and flirting with other girls. That is really sad. And that is the perfect example to show that this man never cared about her. He never cared about her to begin with. And it's really sad that Lauren does not see her value, that Lauren was willing to put up with this man that had no interest in her. There was zero connection, zero chemistry. It was boring. It was bland. This relationship was not going to go anywhere. And I'm glad that it ended. And I'm glad that it didn't make it to the wedding stage, because then I would be pissed, because they dragged this relationship so long, for so long. It didn't need to be dragged that long. I mean, as soon as they came home, he wasn't even present. He was gone. And even when they were bowling, he wasn't even there. He was just looking at his phone. He was everywhere but present in front of her in the moment. I would like to believe that Lauren stuck it out in order to get TV time. That is the only reason I'm going to accept that. Because if she let herself go through that degrading process, being gossiped, being talked about, being humiliated in that way, just for that man, I feel really bad for her, because she really has very low self-esteem, if that's the case, because he does not deserve someone like Lauren. She is such a beautiful soul. And for someone like him to come and just punish her for no reason. I mean, that little issue was escalated to impossible heights, 10 times than it needed to be. I believe that if he truly had questions regarding that situation, and if having a friends with benefits situation was so against his morals and values, then he should have cut it off immediately. But he dragged it. He humiliated her. He was constantly bringing it up as if it was like, oh, I'm going to punish you even more because it makes me feel better. Every single time she cried, he didn't console her. He was not there for her. He talked about her constantly. That is not somebody you want to marry. That is someone you want to throw away and never look back. I believe that she should have stood up as soon as that door opened and he made those comments about her age and her being unattractive. She should have stood up and walked away. But Lauren, I hope that this was a lesson for you, girl, because it was definitely a good lesson for all of us out there. If someone is passively aggressively making slight comments at you, you should walk away immediately. This is not banter. This is not sarcasm. This is hate. This is someone that doesn't like you, does not see you and value you. He does not value you. And I'm really hoping that Lauren understood that this man did not value her. That was not sarcasm. It was literally throwing shade every turn. He did not like her. He didn't think of her as attractive. Do you really think that David would act this same way with someone that he thought was drop dead gorgeous? Hell no. He would not dare. So the fact that he did that to Lauren, that means that he does not value her. And I hope that this was a very good lesson learned from her part. Guys, I want to keep this short and I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Dave? Do you think that he was trolling or was he here for fame? What do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts below, and please don't forget to like if you like what you're seeing, and don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on my next video.